Yeah, you can, I always say, like, you can only budget so much to financial freedom. You have to find ways to make additional income or to create a surplus in income so that you can use that money not only to cover your bills, but to cover your investments, and so you can grow your money comfortably. And so, yes, it takes more than just knowledge. It takes application, because sometimes I will go to speaking engagements and there'll be people there who know a significant amount of information, but they haven't started applying. And application is just important as information.
You are now watching But First Coffee. Okay, Tonya, thanks for joining me today.
Thank you for having me.
Oh, no problem. The first thing I noticed on your Fab Finance website was, what is your money story? So what is your money story? Because you have been building and building this brand, and we would like to know.
Yeah, My Fab Finance is 10 years old. It's crazy to think that I've been teaching people about financial education for 10 years. But my money story started out with, well, it's My Fab Finance for a reason. We don't believe in deprivation as a financial freedom strategy. So like, I was like, there has to be a way for me to improve my finances without me like dumpster diving and thrifting and all these other things that everyone says you have to do in order to become financially secure. But I came to my money story because I grew up in Oklahoma City, and I was often the only black child in my class. And one of the things I would do as a child was like, I would try to buy acceptance of my classmates, or like buy my way into their little circles. And so that continued as I became an adult, and I realized that I was spending money and buying things to feel better about myself instead of spending money on things that were important to me financially, would help me move my goals forward. So that's my money story. It's something I work on every day. I'd be like, oh, this is cute. Let me buy this. It's something I work on every day, but I think that makes me an even better financial educator, because I'm not someone who's naturally a minimalist. I'm not someone who is super stingy when it comes to their money. I'm someone who has to create boundaries around what I do with my money so that I can make better financial choices. And it's paid off, and it's allowed me to help other people do the same.
So is this where you got your, I guess, inspiration to start empowering people about bettering their finances, or where did that part come from?
So I got my inspiration, My Fab Finance started out as a blog, and I was just like, you know what, I want free clothes. And so I was like, maybe if I create a blog, Macy's will send me free clothes. I was working at a nonprofit organization in Brooklyn, New York at the time when I started it. And I was realizing like, okay, we have to get our finances together. We need an accountability partner. So the website was going to be my accountability partner, was my blog. I was going to tell people, this is what I'm hoping to accomplish. And it was documenting my journey. And my goal was to get free clothes from Macy's.
The end goal.
They still haven't called me. They still haven't called me.
Got it.
But it's been more than I ever imagined. I don't think that I realized that it was going to become a multi-million-dollar business when I started it. But yeah, they can keep them closed now. Like
you wouldn't mind the free clothes, but they
you know, they can still call me.
They can still call you. Let's make that part clear.
And outside of the revenue that My Fab Finance has generated, it's the impact. And I started it out as something that was going to benefit me. But through my journey, other people like, we've never seen a black woman talk about money in this way. And when I started, there were only about 20 or so black women who were financial educators. Now it's like, it's a thing
20
on social media. There are only like 20 of us. So I started it in 2013.
When you officially started, 2013.
January 2013.
20.
There were about 20 of us. Like, I could name everybody by name. Like, it'd be like, oh, you talking about Patrice? Or are you talking about Tiffany? Or are you talking about Michelle? Or are you talking about Lynette? Like, I could name everyone by name. And now, you know, financial literacy has become a thing with social media and everything, which is beautiful, because I think that there's so many people who need to be reached. But when I started, they had Susie Orman. And I was like, Susie Orman don't know my life. Like, she doesn't know what it's like to be a black woman, to be underpaid, to not have a family structure that is able to talk to me about these financial concepts, whether that's investing. My parents are like, credit was just like, pay your bills on time. It's like, there's other things that go into that. And so I wanted to create a space. I used to always say, like, there's other people who would be like your mom when it comes to money. There's people who would be like your auntie. I'm like that cousin that you really enjoy talking to when y'all go to the family reunion, and I just got my stuff together.
Now, saying that we come from weird structures where finance wasn't a thing, is it ever a point where even if you know that much you need to know about finance, that it's not enough? Like, is it something that's...
I mean, yeah, you can know what you need to know, but if you're not making the money that you need to, I mean, it takes money to become financial. Yeah, I always say, like, you can only budget so much to financial freedom. You have to find ways to make additional income or to create a surplus in income so that you can use that money not only to cover your bills, but to cover your investments, and so you can grow your money comfortably. And so, yes, it takes more than just knowledge. It takes application, because sometimes I will go to speaking engagements and there'll be people there who know a significant amount of information, but they haven't started applying. And application is just important as information.
Now, I can see you pulled your inspiration from your earlier life experience and you having the clients and just seeing it being a need to feel. Do you ever find it that since people know you know so much about money that they tend to call you when they're in a bind saying, oh, I know she has it?
Girl. I had somebody come and I don't even know how he found out what I did. I had somebody come and reglaze my tub at my rental property, and he was like, so Miss Rapley, I heard you talk about money. And I was like, how did you even find this out? Like, and so I think that people have questions when it comes to money. And so most of the time, if you know me, or if I have an interaction like that with you, I'll sit down and be like, what's your question? Like, let's walk through this. What are the questions I can help you with right now? I'm not taking on any individual coaching clients, but I can help you with a specific situation. Family things, my mom and dad, hey, my friend gonna call you because her son is having some issues with his credit. And it's like, you know I charge for this, right? You know I get paid for this. But a lot of people have finance questions, and I think it's the same thing. So I'm transitioning my business into the government contracting space. And if I'm somewhere and somebody's in government contracting, I'm gonna ask my questions too. So we don't get answers to the questions that we don't ask. So if you around me and you have access to me, ask some questions.
And you are open like that because a lot of times, you know, like they say, no free game, or people are gatekeepers and they don't like to give me their tips. Now, do you find it easier, or do you enjoy educating others?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, for me, so the way that we structured the My Fab Finance business model, initially we did like business to consumer services. We did like courses and stuff like that, and I did one-on-one coaching. But then I began to realize that I enjoyed actually charging brands large amounts of money, and then brands would pay me to disseminate their message, and I could offer my courses and content at a low cost or free. So my background is actually nonprofit. Like, I came from a nonprofit space. My background is actually working in communities, and so I'm going to give the information away for free if I can, because a lot of the stuff is you can access it online, it's Googleable or anything like that. It's not trade secrets. I don't have any secret formula. So I don't mind talking about it. It's when I might give you 3 answers and you got like 5 more questions. And then it's like, okay, we need to book a session.
The clock is now ticking.
Yeah, it's like you taking advantage now.
Okay.
Yeah, so, but for the most part, my heart is in this work. And so I want to see people do well financially.
Well, it's good that you have service, because my mom does a lot of nonprofit, and I always tell her, you have been called to do service. Me on the other
See, and I felt that way, and I felt like I was conflicted, because when I was working in the nonprofit space, I was like, man, I don't have a nonprofit, like, I don't desire a nonprofit lifestyle. So how do I make this happen? How do I do good and get paid well doing it? And I think that when you ask the right questions, the answers start to appear. And so it took me a while to figure out what that formula was. Like I said, with My Fab Finance, initially we were doing one-on-one coaching. That wasn't scalable. What was scalable is working with brands saying, hey, Chase, we have this audience or community of 100,000 people. You have this product that you're launching. Let us help you figure out the strategy around that, and then we can launch into our audience. So that's been helpful. And then now with this pivot into the government contracting space, the goal is always to tackle social inequality. It's just figuring out different ways to do it.
Oh, that's good. I appreciate that.
Yeah, you do not have to. One of my mentors used to say, you don't have to be broke doing good work.
No, why is that?
Yeah,
so speaking of broke, we always speak about generational wealth, and people think, okay, as long as I have money and I got this job or I bought stocks, I can get generational wealth. So what are some of the myths that need to be debunked about creating this space of generational wealth?
Because it's a buzzword, right?
Click on it.
So one of the important things about generational wealth is transferring the wealth.
Okay.
So you can purchase stocks now, you can purchase all these assets and everything else, but you want to have a plan for how you're going to transfer that wealth. So that is often in place of a will, a testament, a trust. Your living will, your testament, and your trust. And so even as a financial educator, I know a lot of times we'll see someone who's famous transition and they're like, oh my God, they didn't have a will. I don't think Takeoff had a will, right?
I don't think Chadwick Boseman, well, it was a clickbait of a title, a headline saying that
Prince didn't.
Yeah, that his will wasn't placed. I heard about the
Prince definitely didn't have one. And I don't think Takeoff had one. And so and you don't have to be a celebrity to have a will. Everybody should have one. If you have anything of value to you, then, and there's levels to it. But I also thought that getting a will was going to be a lot more expensive than it was. And if you find the right estate attorney or you find the right platform, you can create one easily. So that's one of the important factors when you're thinking about creating generational wealth. You work really hard to amass these assets and to create these assets and buy these things. So now you need to give instructions on how that is passed on to the next generation. And those instructions might include, you got to take XYZ courses, because there are some people who get insurance policies and they pass on, and they might have like a $250,000 insurance policy and they pass along to their kids. They don't have any instructions for how that's going to be utilized. And so the kids are just going to burn that money away instead of saying, you know what, we're going to invest in a business, or this money is going into a mutual fund, or this money is going in a way that it can make us more money down the line.
Got it. Okay.
So it's really about being intentional, about giving instructions about what's supposed to happen with what you created for the purpose of generational wealth when you pass on.
Okay. Now you check all these boxes. Are you single?
I am not. I am actually. I am. I got a divorce last year.
Oh, and well, congratulations.
Thank you. Yes, thank you. Thank you. I'm happy that you said that, though, because I think that a lot of people assume that divorce is like this terrible thing.
No, you made a choice.
No, and me and my son's father are still on really good terms. We were together for 12 years before we got a divorce. And sometimes people are with you for certain life phases. We were together while we were building our businesses, and now it's like, okay, we're different people. It's time to go our separate ways.
Now, do you find yourself interviewing your potential partners with finance questions?
No, and I told somebody, I was like, you're in a good position to date me because I've already been married. I have a child. I'm not trying to do those things. And I have my own financial resources. I just need you to handle yours. Like, I just need you to take care of yourself. Don't become a financial obligation for me.
Got it.
We'll be good.
Perfect. Yes. Perfect. That's
all we need to know. And I think that when you know how to do money, or when you know how to improve finances and stuff like that, I think for me it's not a concern if I was to meet somebody and like they're like, well, my credit isn't where I want it to be. Like, okay, I know how to fix credit scores. Like, let's talk about how you got there. Let's talk about how to fix it.
Let's work together. This is our next deal.
That's not a deal breaker for me.
Okay.
Character is a deal breaker. Like, having a bad heart and bad energy is a deal breaker for me. Disrupting my peace is a deal breaker for me. But you needing to build your credit score is not. Yeah.
So what kind of legacy do you want to leave?
I want to leave a legacy of love.
Okay.
I want to leave a legacy of, I want people to see my life and how I live my life, and we're like, damn, she made the most out of every day she had on this earth, and be inspired to do the same, to be inspired to take risks, to be inspired to bet on themselves. Like, I really want people to look at my life and say, you know what, I'm gonna bet on myself.
Okay. Well, I like that resume. Thank you so much for joining me.
Thank you.
We're gonna mess these mics up, but thank you. I know. Thank you so much, and I can't wait to see what you have next. And you can get a call from me or email about My Finance, so we can get this stuff together.
Only because I've been here, right? Only because I've been here, I'll answer your question. Everybody else, don't send me no message, don't send me no DMs or nothing like that. It's only for her. But only absolutely,
for me. I feel special. Thank you so much. Thank you. Love it.